on the screen. I hope that's properly zoomed in. Now, this is for this season that's just gone. So we have Victor Oshimen, Isak, and Hugo Ekitke, the stats there. Now, it all comes down to goals, essentially, and assists, what I'm looking at more of. But there are a few factors in strikers here. For example, you have Victor Oshimen is great, actually mostly outweighs them in aerial duels won. And that is a factor that I think Liverpool lack in the striker options at the moment. But we're going to look through the stats here. So Victor Oshimen's one appearance comes to mind. He's got 27 appearances this season compared to Isak's 34 and Hugo Ekitke's 31 in the league. And then minutes played, obviously Isak and Ekitke has probably played more than him. I'm not sure if Oshimen got an injury there, but the one that comes to mind for me is the goals. So Oshimen's got 26, Isak's got 23 in the league, and Hugo Ekitke has got 15. So I want to ask you a question for you. What would you think by seeing the goals tells you about the strikers of all three of them right now in the league?
Well, I think basing off all three of them, Alexander Isak is obviously the more proven one because he's playing in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Obviously, Frank Ekitke has actually played in the Europa League. I think he got to the semi-final.
Yeah.
Obviously, he got knocked out to Tottenham. No, it was the quarterfinal because Tottenham beat Bodo Glimt in the semi.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult to compare them because one of them's playing in the Bundesliga, one of them's playing in the Turkish League, one of them's playing in the Premier League, all in different stages in terms of European competitions.
Yeah.
For me, I've always said Alexander Isak is by far the better out of the two. The other two, in my opinion, just in terms of a complete striker.
Yeah.
You know, the player that can. He's the one striker in the world that's actually given Virgil van Dijk major problems.
Mm-hmm.
The way he's able to pick the ball up from deep, got really good football fundamentals, left foot, right foot, semi-decent, good in the air, technically a really good footballer. Ekitke, people are calling him the baby Isak, in the sense of, he's actually got good football fundamentals as well. Really good first touch, really good to be able to link up. Similar body shapes to Isak, the baby Isak, a lot of people are calling him. So it's going to be interesting to see how he evolves. Oshimen's just an animal and a monster in the box. He offers you something completely different. He can play as that lone striker, he can play as a double striker.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how all three of them keep evolving. People acting like Oshimen's old. He's 26.
Yeah, I know.
He's only 1 year older than Isak.
I know, it's that crazy.
Like, what we're doing here? Like, in that case, then, in a year or two time, we're going to be calling Isak old. No?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're doing? No?
No.
Oshimen's doing it. He's been doing it for 3-4 years for some time, from a young age, to be fair, for Napoli. For 3-4 years now.
Fun fact, you said that. I've got some of his stats I can bring here. So he's got 26 goals here in the Turkish league. Literally, in the 23-24 season, he played 25 matches. He got 15 goals and 3 assists for Napoli. For Napoli, yep. And then the season before that, 22-23, 32 games, 26 goals and 4 assists. So, yeah. And then our season before that, 27-14 and 2 assists. So he is actually doing some crazy stuff this moment in time, Oshimen. So he's definitely one of the top strikers in the world at the moment. So bring those stats there. This shows you he can be deadly in the box. The reason why I want to show this comparison, because I know that the Turkish league is definitely a lower league than the Bundesliga and the Premier League. But Oshimen has also shown it in the Champions League by scoring goals also. And he has been a vocal point in mainly most of the teams that he's played at. So that's where I can see Oshimen coming in at Liverpool. If he became the number 9 that we need, target man up front, he is a striker. If we didn't get Isak, that I would definitely be happy with him coming in the club, based on the fact that his all-round game as a striker is at a level that can win you a league and potentially a Champions League. So good in the aerial duels is just what I think Liverpool lack in up front. So getting him coming in the team would be a big factor for us. And then as well as that, his composure and technique on the ball. But this is mainly because we've seen, I don't want to swear, but rubbish up front with Darwin Núñez. So anyone that comes in with a decent, any sort of technique or touch that looks at a good level is ultimately going to look 100% better than what we had as in with Darwin Núñez. So this is exciting times for Liverpool. My favorite would be Isak to come in as our striker because for me, Isak's Prem proven, and we've seen him. Not only that, he's proven, we've seen him in the league battle up against ourselves and in cups. He scored a goal against Liverpool in the cup final. Great finish. Upsetting for us because we wanted to win that game. But we've also seen him play against other top 6 big teams, as they call it in the Premier League, also getting goals and doing well. So Isak is more of like a no-brainer. It's just whether Liverpool are going to pay the money for Isak. So are you someone that will just pay the 150 for Isak, or would you pay a bit lower?
I'll pay whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, 200-300 million.
That is what
I actually would pay the money because this is a player. This is a game-changing transfer. This is a player that will take Liverpool from not just becoming Premier League champions to becoming back-to-back Premier League champions to becoming European champions back-to-back on all these accolades. This is a player that can single-handedly score you goals. This is a player where if Mo Salah goes down injured for 3 months, we've got someone that can rely on to score goals. And for me, he's the best striker in the Premier League. He's definitely top 2 in Europe. Everyone people that's watching on this channel, other channels, my own channel, how much I rate Alexander Isak. I wanted him before he went to Newcastle when he was at Sociedad. So the guy's actually
linked with him as well. Before Sociedad, Liverpool was linked with him, but we didn't get him in.
The thing is, like, people don't realize how good he actually is at football. As well. He's not just a good striker, he's very good. His all-round game, for me, he's the most probably all-rounded pound for pound best striker in world football, up there. Him or Harry Kane in terms of all-round as a striker. Haaland,
I would say
he's obviously I would say, to be fair, he's up there with Haaland with finishing. If he was playing for Man City, I think he'll score similar goals numbers.
Yeah, because if he did this at Newcastle, then definitely at Man City, you could argue he might even get the same level or more, just the way he plays. But Isak, for me, is all-round football game. Because for some reason, I've grown up on players like Ronaldinho, but I'm not saying he's like that. But I like, when you watch the eye test, Isak passes the eye test. When you see him running down the line, cutting through, beating players with skill.